It's not natural gas. It is not called natural gas anymore. It is now called freedom gas. That is apparently according to a release from the Department of Energy, and in the wake of an event in Canada where they were touting the new export levels that are available through their new initiative. Increasing export capacity, says Mark Menezes, the Undersecretary of Energy, from the Freeport Liquid Natural Gas Project is critical to spreading freedom gas throughout the world by giving America's allies a diverse and affordable source of clean energy. Further, more exports of US liquid natural gas to the world means more US jobs and more domestic economic growth and cleaner air here at home and around the globe. So release more freedom gas.
Look, we're all gonna say it's Orwellian, that's super obvious. But they've become a parody of themselves. I mean, if I was writing an Onion article, I would call it freedom gas. Yeah. In fact, I'd really pat myself on the back. I'd go around to everybody. Imagine if they called it freedom gas. They're like, oh, that's a good one, Cenk, good one, right? I mean, how could do they? I wonder, and I'm gonna ask this very legitimately to you guys. Do you think they wrote it with a straight face, or were they like, oh, look at freedom gas?
I'm just glad that they are honoring the long and rich tradition on the American right of rebranding things freedom blank. There was the French fries that got turned into freedom fries back during the Iraq War years. This goes back a long way, and it just shows that they know their history and they're honoring it very sort of aptly.
Yeah, and of course, famously, torture became enhanced interrogation, and the list goes on.
That's their thing. It's just like, oh, this is it. And it's so uncreative. It is so plug and chug, let's move on. But it's not just one person from the Department of Energy.
Is Rick Perry still the head of the, I don't even remember.
Yeah, he is.
He is, right?
The head of the Department.
Very quiet, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, he figured out. He's like, look, these guys are getting called in front of Congress. They say something good about Trump. They say something bad about Trump. You get in trouble either way. I got an idea. I won't say anything.
Yeah. And it's not just one. Steve Winberg, who's the Assistant Secretary for Fossil Energy, says, I am pleased that the Department of Energy is doing what it can to promote an efficient regulatory system that allows for molecules of US freedom to be exported to the world. So it's not just freedom gas, it is composed of freedom molecules.
It's the plot of the next Avengers movie, is someone got a hold of the freedom gas and that only exists in America, and they were sprinkling it all over the other places. They're getting more freedom, they're taking away our freedom. There's a limited supply of our freedom gas. It's very nefarious.
The idea here, yes, there's the ridiculousness of calling it freedom gas that you hope they hear themselves say, or are they just huffing too much freedom gas? We don't know. But the thing that they're trying to communicate here is that in the world where we hear about this dependence on foreign oil and foreign energy, and they want to bring that back to here, which results in tons of fracking, which results in earthquakes in Oklahoma, and I would say maybe we're not as dependent on foreign oil, but even though we're not as dependent on foreign oil, we're still cozying up to the Saudis. We're still, turning against dictators who incidentally have tons of foreign oil. And then in addition to that, it's just very frustrating to watch the president just kind of, and the Department of Energy just kind of say that we'd be free if we back people who are dealing with natural gas, but really we would be freer if we didn't have to depend on fossil fuels at all. If we could invest in renewable energy so we're not killing ourselves. We're just getting rid of the foreign oil people and replacing them with domestic oil people.
So I was gonna wonder if anybody still believes this stuff, but I know the answer to that. Because the media goes along with it, I bet you a lot of people believe it. So because the US talks in propaganda all the time. So George H.W. Bush, when he launched the first Persian Gulf War, said the liberation of Kuwait has begun. And then there was, George W. Bush kept on talking about the liberation of Iraq. Judah Friedlander, is a great comedian, was on this show, and he said, for all those countries who don't have a lot of oil under their ground, I feel really bad for them because they're not gonna get to be liberated by us, right? Sure. And so it's all in terms of like, no, we're not invading you, we're not bombing you, we're giving you freedom. And part of that will be, we'll take your freedom gas and make it free to us, okay? But good news for you, we're gonna give you our freedom gas, but not free to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if slavery was still around, they'd call them like freedom shackles, right? Because they have no bounds of decency and they have no sense of shame in these absurd things that they come up with.
That take you make a joke, but that take was made not long ago by someone on the right, where it said like we brought the slaves over here and we gave them all kinds
Bill
of good
O'Reilly,
things.
you're
Bill
right.
O'Reilly,
I forgot about that. They
It's
said
like
we gave them
can't
room and board.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot make up a point that is too ridiculous.
Yeah. Like
on the right, like they've made that exact point.
That's right.
The experience for children who've been separated from their families was like summer camp.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Laura Ingraham said that. That's right. Sorry, freedom camp.
Freedom camp. Oh, I love freedom camp.
That's right. When we put the kids in the cages, that was actually freedom camp. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.